I'd like to quickly show each of these videos is the same athlete within a span of about 3 minutes. The video on the left is the first attempt at 14 miles an hour, which is 32-second 200 pace, 64 for the 400 at a 6% incline, and the same exact pace and incline on the right. And so each of these videos right now are synced up at toe off, and I'll explain the adjustments that we made in order to succeed running at this particular pace and incline. We achieved the incline, or I should say we establish an incline so that we challenge the athlete to a greater degree than velocity. If the treadmill went faster, we would have made it simply go faster, but with incline, they're required to have a little bit more force applied to achieve that velocity at the incline. So in the left video, the athlete has a hip position, a high knee in relation to the hips. And so what we want to express is that oftentimes we're missing what we need to explain to these kids, or to our athletes at all ages. We say get your knees up, but we're not looking at the hips. Where are the hips in relation? Because right now this young lady on the left, her knee is as high as it can go in relation to that hip. The adjustment that we made on this right video is that we changed the direction of her hips. We changed the angle of her hips, I should say. And so as she completes the run, in the left video, the lesson really is that she's unable to maintain that pace, and in fact grabs on before it's too late and comes off the treadmill. You can see on the left, because that force is applied even though the foot appears to be under mass, appears to be under center mass, and that's kind of what she's looking to achieve. Everyone really tries to do that in terms of self-propulsion. You can see that in the left video, when she toes off, it's well beyond, and force is then released on that foot well beyond the center of mass, way back here, and then it is too difficult for that foot to return. This is the exact same mechanic we see on the track. I should say that we see at high velocities on the track. And so although there's no detriment of velocity to fall off a treadmill outside, but what we do find is that the athletes are unable to sustain fast paces, not because of what their body is capable of in terms of force applied, but what we are seeing is that athletes are not applying the force that they're capable in the right manner, to the right degrees of angle. And the athlete went from literally being incapable of establishing and maintaining and running that pace, and by simply giving the athlete some cues and expressing and explaining downward force, you can see in the right video, she could have continued to run at this pace for a period of time. And in fact, if you look, there are occasions where she applies almost too much force, and then her body has a lot of vertical lift, as with that. A lot of vertical lift, and then she's having to recuperate from it. So on a flat track with the type of running we see on the right, the athlete would literally achieve a higher velocity than with the mechanics on the left. And that's that right there. Let's see if I can swing through here. You can kind of see each of them for a short period of time without anything written all over them. You can see the posture difference. You can see the focus on downward force. You can see how the athlete is really trying to apply vertically, trying to get that foot on and off. We're trying to apply, watch that left leg there. We're trying to apply that force below the athlete. We don't want the force to be applied too late, where the mass is now beyond itself. Here you can see more of a vertical approach, force being applied vertically, and she's being able to maintain a pace far beyond that of the left. In fact, she's able to maintain and establish this velocity on the right and not at all on the left. So thanks.